If all you want to know is whether or not the 2023 Acura Integra is a good car, the answer is yes. Oh, but there's so much more to know. Great, you haven't clicked away. Now I can fill your brain with details about the reborn Integra. And to keep things interesting, I'm going to sprinkle in cameos from my fellow automotive YouTubers on this trip. Fun! Ugh! Here's the gist. Like the very first Integra, the newest incarnation has 4 doors plus a liftback. Its structure is based on Honda's global small car architecture, which also underpins the Honda Civic and the newest generation Honda HR-V. And if you call it a rebadged Civic, Acura will dispatch a VTEC-themed ghost to haunt your dreams. High five.
Low five.
Low five. Ah! Can I put that in my video?
Absolutely.
Yay! Ding, ding, ding. Propelling the Integra is a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine matched to a continuously variable transmission or a 6-speed manual transmission that's teamed with a limited slip differential. Here's a fuel economy comparison. Skip the tech package and the CVT gains 1 mpg in both city and highway driving. Fun fact, Acura says 65% of initial Integra buyers have chosen the manual transmission. There's no way that rate's gonna last, but it is kinda neat. If you want the manual, you should also know that it's a no-cost option that you can only select if you also choose the priciest Integra with the technology package.
Up top! Oh. One more time! A beer! Yeah! No, you need a 5!
Pricing for the Integra starts just under $31,000 plus $1,095 in destination charges. For that price, you get a 10.2-inch digital gauge cluster, heated front seats, smart key access, a 7-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone connectivity, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, and blind spot warning. Okay, we've covered the basics, but I'll bet what you want to know is how the Integra drives. Impression number 1, throttle response. I am in 3rd gear, 4,000 RPMs floored, pause, power comes in. You can really feel that turbocharged nature. It is not immediate acceleration. Pause, accelerate. As a general rule, I like snappy responses when I make an input to a vehicle, but that turbocharged swell does have an interesting character of its own. Despite some lag though, there is ultimately enough power for a good time. For example, if you come to a complete stop and floor it. Well, that was fun. As you may have noticed, I'm driving the manual transmission, and it's great. Nice short throws, clear engagement when you go into gear. The clutch effort is moderate, and it's easy to find that friction zone when you're leaving from a stop. I would say this is a very good manual transmission if you've always been curious about shifting on your own, but you haven't wanted to make that step. This is a very easy one to use. And there's a rev match feature. I'm in 4th gear right now, downshift to 3rd. I didn't blip the throttle, the car did, and very smooth downshifts. Yeah, get the manual if you want the manual. I'm not here to demand you get the manual, but maybe get the manual. In Acura's tech overview, they talked about how the Integra has a variable ratio steering. What that means, it doesn't mean that the steering ratio changes electronically, but rather the ratio on center is fairly slow for stability, but then the more you turn off center, the quicker it gets. Overall ratio is actually very, very quick. And what that does is it makes the Integra have a balanced vibe, much like the TLX does. So at speed, stable, but when you come up to a corner like this, nice quick turn. The overall effect is that the Integra has a lively handling spirit. By the way, I'm driving through Texas. There are not a lot of corners here, but I have found one. Let's go through at a zippy pace. Let's see, how fast can I go? Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, hard right-hander. Yeah, there's some fun potential here. I look forward to exploring more. As for ride quality, I'm driving the Integra with the Tech package, and it has adaptive dampers. Right now I'm in normal mode. Let's put it in comfort. No, that's sport. Well, okay, a little more firm, kind of what you'd expect. Let's go comfort. A little more soft. The modes do what they say they're going to do. In terms of ride comfort, yeah, I think it's quite livable in here. And the cabin is fairly quiet too. Also, visibility is great, especially forward. There's a little bit of blockage over my right shoulder, despite the quarter window, but blind spot warning comes standard, so visibility overall, quite good. The cumulative essence of the Integra's driving experience is a little bit sporty, a little bit premium. In order to have a complete picture of the Integra, I'm driving the CVT, continuously variable transmission. And I know as a car reviewer, I'm supposed to hate it. I do not hate the CVT. I think if you were to get most average drivers in this car, they might think it's an automatic. Listen to that. It's doing a great job approximating the gear changes of a normal automatic transmission. Even off the line, it feels pretty normal. It doesn't feel like rubber bandy CVT. Full throttle from a stop. Power comes in a little over 3K there, and kind of seems like a very smooth automatic transmission. You even have paddle shifters, so you can go to some preset ratios if you want to have a little bit more control. But yeah, I think this is, among CVTs, one of the best I've driven. If you don't want to use your left leg and your right hand to manage gear changes, the CVT is a fine choice. I'll leave it to you to debate its exterior styling, but I will praise the Integra's sporting yet functional interior. This red motif isn't for everyone, but I like it, and there are more sedate interiors if you prefer. The front seats provide helpful lateral support, adjustable driver lumbar support in the higher trims, and a happy lack of pressure points. Very comfy. Elsewhere, the places you'll touch the most have a soft premium feel, and many of the controls offer a satisfying clicky operation. Practically speaking, the cargo hold is a roomy, useful space, provided you can manage the high liftover. With the rear seats dropped, the hatchback design accommodates bulky loads. Flip those seats up and rear occupants will find generous legroom, though for my 5'10" body, rear seat headroom is merely adequate. Here, up top. Don't leave me hanging. Up top. Yeah! If you want more than the base trim offers, there's a stylistic bump from the $2,000 A-Spec package. Beyond that, the technology package adds a larger 9-inch screen, 16-speaker ELS audio, wireless smartphone integration, these micro-suede trimmed front seats, front and rear parking sensors, and a host of other upgrades for a grand asking price of $35,800. For competitors, Acura has identified the Audi A3, BMW 228i Gran Coupe, and Mercedes-Benz CLA 250. Versus that crew, the Acura Integra is a much less expensive alternative. I'll also note that the Integra's powertrain can be had in the Honda Civic Si for less than $28,000, and if you want a loaded, premium-feeling hatchback with even more power than the Integra plus all-wheel drive, the feature-filled Mazda 3 2.5 Turbo Premium Plus trim costs a little less than $35,000.
There it is.
I'm curious to experience the Integra on more familiar roads because honestly, when hanging out with cool people in fun places like on a press event, it can be hard to get a complete picture of a car. What's even harder is carrying the weight of nostalgia. The Acura Integra has a storied reputation, and the new kid here won't satisfy everyone's expectations. But to me, in this moment, the Integra feels like what it should be, a playful, somewhat elevated yet accessibly priced Acura. And to me, more importantly, a great jumping off point for future Integra types to come.